Hey friends, it is Jen with J Vinco bringing you another creative daily journaling video. And today I'm going to talk about journaling for Friday, January 14th and Saturday, January 15th. And so, as you probably saw from my title, there's a vortex of anger and some wild rice. So I will get into that in just a second here. Um, so first, like I always do, I'm just gluing in a day of the week and stamping in the month and day so that I can go ahead and move into some more creative stuff on my page. And um, and to be honest, these two pages aren't my favorite. I feel like sometimes we just have to document what we need to get down and then move on. And um, so because I had kind of a tough day, I wanted that big grumpy face to take up a lot of the page. We all have like little things happen, but it just seemed like a couple of things overshadowed the day that day. So I just wanted that to visually be a big part of the day. But I also wanted to have like I had a vision of wild rice kind of sprinkling down the page, and so I kind of drew it in there like that. I really like wild rice, but nobody else in my house does. So that day I made it. It takes 30 minutes in the Instant Pot, which is better than on the stove. It's about twice as long on the stove. But it smells pretty earthy if you've never had just plain wild rice. And um, I really like it, but nobody else in my house does. So they're all grumpy about about it stinking up the house. But it's not so bad. It's just I don't know. Um, I really like it. Just add some butter or margarine, and some salt, and you've got yourself some cholesterol in a bowl. Uh, so then I put in those stickers. That is my son Drake. He has a subscription to Kiwi Box, so he gets like a science and art related project to do each month. And that was the first month he got it. He was super excited about it. And so he got to put together like an arcade machine claw arm thing, just the arm, not the machine, but that was the theme was like arcades. And so they had different craft ideas in the little booklet for what you could make, and they included some of the supplies, but I thought it was cool that it had a bunch of different ideas in there. So he built that claw arm with Tim, his dad, and here I'm just using that Carpe Diem kitchen stickers and just putting a yum sticker in there by the wild rice. And so the vortex of anger things, just a few things. Like my mom is working overseas, and she works on a military base and just recently got transferred to another base. And unfortunately, it's not a great situation at this base in the country she's in, and the people are all pretty miserable, so they're not treating her very well. So I was really not happy to hear that, and just it was just weighing on me because there's not a lot I can do from here, and there's not a lot she can do. It's kind of a difficult time. Um, so that was really mostly what was bothering me. And then I lost my voiceover that I had recorded for one of my previous videos, I think my second video. And um, luckily, later down the road, a couple days later, I figured out how to retrieve it because it gets automatically saved even outside of the program. But I didn't know that, so I was just mad. So my technological ignorance really stands in my way sometimes, but I figured it out. And then I just had a headache that day, probably just from being stressed out. So then I'm just like usual filling in some spaces with some stickers. Sorry, it's off camera, but I just stuck in a Mulang sticker that there at the bottom, and it's just Mulang stuffing his face. That's what I was doing with the wild rice. And then there's a little paper airplane, kind of, I don't know, kind of goes with the craft box thing that Drake got. And then an angry rabbit at the top by the Vortex of Anger stuff. And then there's two hearts in there. And that's I did have good things happen that day as well. Um, I got to pick my older son Vincent up from school, and then we have him this weekend. I have him half the time with us, and so I'm always excited when he's coming over. That 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 magazine collage of the girl in the pointy hat, I just thought that was funny, so I wanted to share it. I was looking for some people pictures in my box there of collage for the next page, and that girl picture is from the one that I held up that I'm not using is from a magazine called Reminisce, I think. And so it's got real old timey photos in it, and it was just funny. I just thought she was funny, so I cut her out. Don't know what I'll use her on, but we'll find something. And so I was looking for a picture for sleeping because I slept in that morning, which is hard to do as you get older. Maybe maybe your back hurts too every morning, but it is hard to sleep in now. I always thought it was so dumb that adults, like my parents, didn't seem able to sleep in. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, I could sleep until noon or whatever without any trouble. I just didn't get it, but now I get it. And it's miserable. Um, so I actually slept in a little bit that morning, which was nice. Um, and then in my journal last year, I put this washi tape on the edge of, not that washi tape in particular, but I put washi tape on the edge of pretty much every page that I did. And I haven't been doing that in this journal, so I just felt like putting that on that page. And I liked that kind of rainbowy colors because I started drawing in some board game type images, and I guess the colorful washi tape kind of reminded me of board games. So on that day, um, it was Saturday, so we got to uh, so sleeping in, then we're eating breakfast really late, and then everything's all thrown off. So we made a big breakfast, which is like a big English breakfast actually, because Tim is English. Um, and then we played board games with the kids. Let's see, we have a Mario Monopoly, which is good because it's kind of faster than regular Monopoly. It seems like you run out of money faster, or at least I do. Not using my money wisely during that game, so I lost pretty quick. Um, and then we played Machi Koro, which is a card game. I really like that game a lot. I make them play it all the time. They're probably like, ugh, please stop making us play this game. And then we played, I got Vincent a new game called Gib Gab, and it's fun. You're kind of just like going head to head, like with a category, who can come up with the most items for that category. You just go back and forth. So it was pretty fun. But I put that, I have that guy like ducking and covering his head because I think Drake mostly is the one who gets just really excited and energetic and crazy. And he's just sometimes he's just loud and he's up every 5 seconds, getting up from his chair and running around and being crazy. And so sometimes trying to play a game with them, it just makes me feel like that guy ducking for cover. Uh, but it was still fun. We just have to like stop at a certain point sometimes. It's like, okay, we're all done playing games now. Um, so I used some stickers that I've had for a really long time, those stickeroni or whatever, to put sleep in, um, just to use something. And I don't know, I've had them for a really long time. And then I got out my stamps again, and that's just a whole alphabet of circular letters with circles around them, and I just put in board games, uh, which I think is maybe typically put in as one word, but I don't care. I break all the rules. So, um, and then, so I think that day I had been watching And I don't know if I said this on a previous video, but it's called Wolf Like Me. It's on Peacock, and it has Josh Gad, the guy who played Olaf in the Frozen videos, and then Isla Fisher. And it was a pretty weird show, but it was interesting. So I watched a couple episodes of it. But I liked a quote in there, and I wrote it on the corner down there where the bear sticker is, and it says, "It's better to grow old and die alone in a room full of memories than to lock yourself away so there's nothing to remember." And I guess I like that quote because I'm always like, oh, if only I had more time, I could just journal all the time. Um, if I didn't have much going on, but then I'm like, if I didn't have much going on, I wouldn't have anything to write about. So it just kind of stuck out to me because of that, because I think that sometimes. Um, so I did all my journaling, and then I just wanted to fill in with some stickers. So that bird, I don't know, I just thought it was cute. I think it came out of the Pusheen stickers, and then there's a cat, and he's saying OMG, um, and that's just kind of going along with the crazy board games. And then there is I think those are Mulang. I always call them Mulang, but anyway, he's looking a little crazy and like he's trying not to laugh. So, um, and then what else did I do? Oh, I just put that OMG. And then they're just adding in one final touch for the sleeping in thing because that doesn't happen very often. So commemorate that and try to figure out where to put it. Come on, you can do it. There it goes on the blanket. so, so that's it for these 2 days, and I will be catching up to more recent days soon. Next video should be closer to present. So thank you so much for watching and keep an eye out for more videos. I hope you have a good rest of your day.